Hello, I'm Dr. Chris Storti, and today we're talking about the 7 signs that your body is breaking down. First of all, I hope you can agree with me that the body is a complex system that can repair itself, that can heal injuries, adapt to many situations, and really generally perform some amazing feats. So, for the sake of our topic, let's look at the body like it's a machine or actually a car. Like the body, a car is a complex system with many moving parts that all must work in harmony for all the features to work perfectly. And it's actually amazing the similarities between the two because cars need clean and pure fuel to run properly, just like your body. And cars actually last longer if you drive them because the moving fluids keep seals and parts and they clean and keep them all clean and flexible, just like your body when you exercise. And after a period of time, you need to do a tune up to the car to keep it running well. And honestly, if we cared for a body the way we care for a car, my God, we'd be the healthiest people on the planet. Now, cars have sensors to tell us something is not working right. And they really clearly demonstrated on the dashboard. When something's wrong, that light shines and you know it. And those lights are there to tell you something is wrong. And then it's up to us to do something about the light. Now, a car has about 7 major lights that come on. There's the engine light, there's the low tire pressure, the low temperature gauge, the oil pressure gauge, battery, fuel, and brakes. Okay? But what about your body? Wouldn't it be nice that if there was a light that went on to tell you that there's a symptom or to tell you that something's wrong? But really, the symptoms are the closest things we have. And like that dashboard, there are 7 major symptoms the body uses to talk to us. And those symptoms are here as follows. Let me show you. The symptoms are headaches, sinus and allergy issues, irritability, fatigue, sleep issues, digestive issues, and pain in the neck, back, and shoulder. And one might actually say that these are the most sensitive areas. They kind of talk to us to let you know there's a loss of function. And these steps, these areas show up before there's a major breakdown. So people will start to have small headaches or they'll have a little pain here or there. And that's your body's way of kind of whispering to you to say there's something not right. It's kind of like the light on the dashboard that comes on for a little bit and disappears. Now, over the years, I've surveyed a lot of people in the public. And when we would do festivals and lectures, what I would do is have every person fill out a survey on their symptoms. And I want to show you a couple of charts of the data that we collected. And these are charts of over about 15 years of collecting information. And let me show you here. So here's what you're looking at is you're seeing a chart of the major symptoms that people have. Now we ask about other symptoms on here, but the ones in red are the ones that we are talking about today. The first one here is headaches. And so you have almost 30% of the people we interviewed had headaches. Almost 30% of the people had neck pain. Nearly 50% of the people we surveyed had back pain. And again, 30% for fatigue, digestive issues, and allergy issues. So you can really see how many people are dealing with symptoms and how busy it is. Now, you also might say, well, wait, there's more than 100% on this chart. And this chart shows you why that's the case. This is a chart of how many symptoms that individuals had. So that some people had 1, 2, 3, and you can see the bulk of it here is somewhere between 2 and 5 symptoms. So most people are dealing with many, many symptoms. And that tells me that these symptoms are very common. And because these charts are accumulations of several thousand people, it's actually very shocking to me to think about how many people are living with these symptoms and how common they really are. And that kind of brings to my next point, because I suspect that if you did the same research with cars, you would not find as many people living with lights on their dashboard as they're dealing with symptoms in their body. Now, based on this data, I don't believe that people realize that these are really important symptoms to address. And it becomes easy for people to dismiss these signals, especially when so many people are having these symptoms. It becomes easy to ignore. It's almost like it's no big deal. People kind of do their own research and they ask friends, and they find out that other people have these same symptoms and are living fairly normal lives, and they just kind of minimize it for themselves. And actually, it's so common that when I'm doing an intake with a patient, it's common for people to use language like they'll say to me, they go, "Oh, I have the normal headaches," or "I have the usual pain," or "Oh, they're just seasonal allergies. They're no big deal." I mean, these folks are really minimizing these issues. Now, you may say, "Oh, I dismiss my engine light too," but everybody knows that that light on the dashboard will one day be a big deal. And even though you may choose to ignore it because you don't have the time or the money to deal with it, you can still buy a new car. And when it comes to the body, people actually believe these symptoms are just simply part of life, and there's nothing that can be done. And I'll get you off the hook a little bit. I don't feel like it's your fault, because these issues are even marginalized by the healthcare system. They're treated as so insignificant of an issue that most of the treatments are even over the counter. So let me get you what this means. So that means that they allow you, an untrained person with no medical knowledge, the ability to diagnose and treat yourself. Now let that sink in. For the 7 major symptoms that indicate your body is beginning to break down, our whole healthcare system gives you the chance to diagnose yourself, treat yourself, and think that that's okay. I don't think so. These symptoms are here to communicate, and that they're a big deal, right? The fact that we're minimizing makes us think they're no big deal. But if you have headaches 2 to 3 times a week, you know they're a big deal. If you have allergies every spring or fall that take you out of, you can't go to soccer practice and play with your kids, you know they're a big deal. Or gosh, if you wake up with pain every morning, you really know that these are a big deal. All right, so what do you do? First of all, you got to see a professional. But who do you see, right? Medical care is emergency and reactive care, and their role is in those major symptoms, the severe issues that can really cause immediate or very dramatic life or death situations. So they're not really, their job isn't to deal with these little minor symptoms. That's why they give you those over-the-counter drugs, because they go, here, you can deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. It's just not enough. So you want to see someone like a wellness doctor, like myself. We are the ones who see these early signs for what they are, and we can help you interpret the symptoms. We can even test you to see if you have bigger issues that need medical attention. So we can direct you to wherever you need to go. So, all right, when you come in, what am I looking for? Now, here's the one big science word I'm going to use today. It's called homeostasis. Okay? Homeostasis is just a big word that means balance. When your body systems are working in harmony with each other, you have homeostasis. So how do you achieve this? Well, like a car, there's a formula. They say get your oil changed every 3,000 miles, tires rotated 5,000, fluid 30,000. There's a formula. And in the video, the 5 Secrets to Health, Vitality, and Youth, which you can find on our YouTube channel, or you can find further down here on our Facebook feed. It was a couple weeks ago. I described these in detail. But to give you little bits right now, let me talk about them. So there are actually 5 categories of actions that you can take. The first category is going to be physical balance. Physical balance means your spine and your nervous system become aligned. There's a pathway between your brain, which is a control unit, and your organs, which are the receivers and the action takers of the body. And if that signal is getting through clearly without interruption, then your body's going to perform properly and function the way it's supposed to. So that's the first step. Make sure you have physical balance. When there's physical balance, the body can communicate and control itself, and you don't have these gaps in function, so you don't necessarily get these symptoms. The symptoms can disappear. Number two, this one everyone knows, nutritional balance as well. Now, I'm not talking take 10,000 units of vitamin C or fish oil. I'm saying you need the 90 essential vitamins and minerals on a daily basis. If you put those nutrients into your body on a regular basis with a full balanced complement, the synergy of the nutrients will work together to help your body function the right way. We're always so busy targeting the take this to improve your immune system, take this to grow your hair and nails, take this for your skin. But really what you need is all of those vitamins and minerals, not just a small subset. You take them all, you put them together, and your body begins to function the way it's supposed to. The next thing you need to do is proper exercise. And I use that word very clearly, proper exercise. You need to move your body enough, and you need to have the strength to perform life's basic tasks. So those two things are going to be different for different people. If you're a desk worker, you need to move more, and the strength isn't as important. If you're a contractor, you need to, you don't have to move as much because you're doing it all day, but you need to establish certain strengths and balances in your body. So that's what I'm saying, proper exercise. Number four, you need to manage stress. Now, not only do you need to deal with external situations the best you can, but you need to deal with the internal reaction to the stress. And these we call triggers. In our office, Catherine Rose is the expert in dealing with these kind of triggers, and she helps us do that job. And number five is to reduce toxins. You need to reduce the pollution that comes from food additives, body products, and household cleaners. This is vital to normal metabolic function. And at the same time, you need to cleanse out and remove old toxins from your body. So as you improve each of these categories, the inner wisdom that you possess begins to heal and repair the damage that is done that causes these 7 symptoms. That these 7 symptoms are a signal that your body is beginning to break down. If you repair those 5 categories, those symptoms begin to disappear and you begin to restore homeostasis. You can't have balance and symptoms in the same body. It's like having a room with light and darkness. It doesn't happen. Light always defeats the darkness. So if you do this procedure where you are balancing and harmonize your body consciously on a regular basis, and over a long enough period of time, you will be surprised at how much function you can regain. And honestly, this is the entire basis of our practice and why we get such good results with our patients. I wanted to share 2 testimonials with you before we finish. Number one here, this was from a woman named Betsy. And she said, Dr. Chris, you've spoiled me. I will no longer tolerate living with pain because the last few years I would wake up stiff and achy every morning. And since coming to you, it has gone away. So much for old age. Thank you. See, Betsy was thinking that age was the reason why she felt the way she did, but it really was her body was out of balance. The other one is one of my favorites. Excuse me, let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, I guess I don't have number 2. Number 2 was a woman named Jennifer. And Jennifer suffered with fibromyalgia all her life. She had struggled for so long to just get out of bed some days. And once she started introducing this balance into her body, her nutrition was so far off, her structure was out of balance, her muscles were so fatigued. She had so many layers that every time she tried something new, nothing would work because it wasn't enough. she had to do all of it together in order for her to function better. And within, I think it was almost a month, she already started feeling better. Her mood shifted. She went from a depressed, energy less person to someone who has so much vitality. And it was important because she had 2 children. So that was my other testimonial. I guess in general, my point in doing this is to encourage you to treat yourself with respect and put health as far up this list as you can possibly go as on your to-do list. Now, everything else becomes more important, but ourselves, we tend to push down. So my goal here is to push you forward, upwards, because you're worth it. And I beg you not to do it alone. The world of YouTube, and I know here I am on YouTube too, and I'm trying to drive you to me so we can help you. The world of YouTube, where you do everything by yourself, is so much time and so much money can be wasted because you don't know what to really do. People spend so much time trying to figure out on their own when honestly, you can't even fix your own spine no matter what you do. There's no YouTube for fixing your spine. So you're absolutely worth it. And please let me help you. I'll actually help you speed the process, which means I'll save you time and money at the same time. I'm going to apply 20 years of training and practice and patient care and make you a personal program, just like I did for Betsy and Jennifer. So you've got to take the first step. Just simply go to the website. Here's our site. It's www.drstorty.com and just make an appointment. There's a big link that says schedule now. Pick that link, pick the first visit. We're going to spend about 40 minutes with you. I'm going to help you make choices. If you already are a client, I tell you this every time, make sure you sit down with me again because we're going to revisit everything that we've dealt with, and maybe we missed something, or maybe there's, you didn't take advantage of one of our programs. So let's sit down again and look at it with another set of eyes. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Now I want to tell you about next week. Next week, you don't want to miss it. Next week is about allergies, and I know allergy seasons are about to hit. We're going to be discussing how to naturally manage and possibly eliminate allergies. And when I tell you I've helped hundreds of people reduce their allergies naturally, I'm not exaggerating. It's actually one of those surprising changes for people because what will happen is a person will come in with back pain. They won't realize that allergies are one of those symptoms that need to be dealt with, and they don't even think it's something to tell me about. And then that season comes along and they notice that their allergies are less. Even when the news is going, it's the worst pollen year, those people come in and go, I don't have the allergies I did last year. That's the hope I have for all of you with allergies this season, because if we can change that, my God, you'll be happy. All right, so tune in live Fridays at 2, or you can replay this recording at any time at your leisure. All right, have a great day.